Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summit 4, our first day of Summit 4 action. Looking forward to this, man. This is going to be exciting. We've got first the European qualifier and more importantly, 3 more regions to go. Day 1 of all the qualifiers. GoDz, it begins now. It's NiP taking on Fupyongs.
Oh, God. I don't think he did very good on that one. After cutting with Dakota, Dakota's nailed it. Like, he's got it done perfect.
No, he says 5 jungs.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No.
I heard him yesterday. He said 5 jugs.
He's been praised by the German Dota community for his pronunciation.
No. You're thinking of the way he says Nunyoung.
And for 5 youngs.
I don't know about that.
I
want to see the Reddit thread before I'll believe it.
I stand by my boy Dakota here, but
fan.
I may change sides.
Okay, 5 jungs versus
No,
NiP.
he said it's 5 jungs. So, it's something. It's definitely it's like a Y sound. It's like jungs or young.
Yeah, jungs.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
I like that
we've
one.
got
That was
game
good.
one.
Your first one sounded like there was like an F in there.
I think your ears need to be cleaned out, but that's okay. Game 1 has begun. We are hopping into the draft. This is a best of 3 series, double elimination bracket here.
Yeah.
We're starting in the round of 12.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, these teams in the round of 12, 5 Jungs, or whatever you want to call it. The 5 boys, they are coming off a big win yesterday in the Nanyang.
Nunyoung.
God.
Nunyoung.
I can't do
No,
this.
yeah,
I'm
you trying to
going
flame me?
home.
That's karma, bitch.
I'm going home.
That's what you get for calling me out. Get karma.
Look, you're going down with this ship. This show is a train wreck.
No.
already.
I abandoned ship right now. See ya.
You've taken the little lifeboat, and
I'm out.
meanwhile, I'm sinking. And
okay,
well,
so the new meta is the Ogre first phase ban. That is, all hail our Ogre Lord.
especially against Jerax, he's been playing this nonstop. For Vega, they were first banning it at least game 1 through 3, I think, and then it got to a point where they couldn't keep banning it because there was other more problematic heroes. They had to deal with the Matumba Man Ember Spirit, which actually had 100% win rate. We actually have some stats. We want to show a bit of an infographic about what's going on here. So it's...
Shout out to Roland, by the way. Roland, you are a god, and anyone who's helped Roland on this infographic, whose names we may not know.
So the big thing here was Ember Spirit in 5 Young's hands, 100% win rate. That to me is absurd. Even though they've a fairly new team, they've only played like, well, I want to say like somewhere like under 10 games with the hero, but it's a absurd win rate with Ember Spirit. It's just been their bread and butter. Teams needed, for Vega, they were first picking it to keep it out of his hands, and they got to a point where they were just first stage banning the hero. So very much
Is this purely just a individual skill thing? Like, why are they so much better with Ember than everyone else?
Largely individual skill. It's definitely a hero you can tell the difference between like the best Ember Spirit players and someone who's just running through the motions, as Merlini puts it. Like, you can see like a decent Ember player, they go through the motions, they know their combos and stuff, but they just don't quite have that sense of when to go in, how to play around the hero, how to like abuse the hero to its maximum potential. But NiP have to have known it was going to get picked up, and they've got Lina Shadowfiend. So we'll get help back into the draft now and see where the teams go from here.
Ah, the Fada Beastmaster. Now, this was second stage banned once or twice yesterday.
Oh,
What was even first stage banned?
It became, I think it was picked up in game 1, and then it was first stage banned for the rest of the series. And instead, they got his Razor, which, I mean, we just saw in the stats there, his Razor has been absurdly successful as well. So NiP say, take Beastmaster, not Razor. It's kind of, they could ban, I guess they could have banned both and left.
It seems like they're banning heroes they think the 5 boys want to play over what necessarily is like in the meta. Because not other teams are not really running Razor right now.
Absolutely. The problem is there's too many heroes. Like for Fata, instead of getting his Razor, he gets Beastmaster. And looking at yesterday in that best of 5 finals, Beastmaster may have been the choice over Razor, but it was just banned every game. So for NiP, it's very much like they know what 5 Jungs are going to pick, so it can play to their advantage where it's like, okay, let's give them Ember and draft around the fact they're going to have Ember. Take out Razor because we'd rather deal with a Beastmaster as well. They've got the Dazzle, who's a great defensive support who can grave whoever gets Rod and whoever's getting focused down, so I like that approach. But
yeah, it used to be that would be setting up for a PL pick generally, but how does NiP run this Lina? This could be a support, right?
It could be a support, but Limp's played a lot of mid Lina, and I think one thing...
Would they consider a Shadowfiend safe lane?
Ooh.
Because then I guess you have to run them safe.
No, that's true. I don't think they would consider... Shadowfiend is so good in the mid lane, especially Radiant side, so...
Would they run a Lina safe lane?
Era's normally on the Shadowfiend, so they could.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it could still be a core Lina.
Could be like an aggro tri-lane too. Ember Spirit, one of his big weaknesses is the laning stage. It was
And you know Fada's going mid now on the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
So.
It used to be when we were, I remember we were casting Rave in the series against MVP Phoenix, and Chrissy would always play Ember Spirit, and the way MVP Phoenix started beating it was just by running aggro tri-lanes, and Chrissy would always have these bad laning stages. So that's something which, to me, you can take advantage of when you see your opponents go into Ember Spirit. And Dazzle Lina as a support duo in an aggro tri-lane, very potent. Not sure if you'd want Storm in that tri-lane. Maybe just a hero you solo safely.
I'm going to go ahead and guess this might be a support Lina now. My brilliant deduction of the day. Just getting started here. You know, number one. This is definitely a core Storm and a support Lina.
You don't believe in the support Storm? After his nerfs, maybe he's a support now.
AFK jungle level 1. See you in 2 hours.
I think now more than ever he has to be a carry because his spells are even weaker.
So they'll go ahead, ban out a Yonasom Fun hero here. The Legion getting removed. Not normally like the first hero that NiP turned to for Yonasom Fun by any means. Clockwork has been the go-to. I guess they would occasionally run Tusk, although not really a first pick for them. They would also run the Shaker, but that's picked up. So interesting they banned the Legion over the Clock, I guess is the main thing.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I hear that was beefed up a lot in this patch, and I think the big reason is because they've got Beastmaster, so it's a way to purge off the raw, which the Clock doesn't give you.
Good point. They are running 4 melee though, so I think Clock's still pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm trying to think Clock, like, is there good, there's a Storm, so there is good follow-up for a Clockwork initiation, there's a Lina as well, so there is good synergy with the Clockwork.
Brood Mama? Can they squeeze in the spidery?
Brood looks good. If they don't want to go aggro tri-lane,
I don't think Yonasom Fun runs Brood though. I haven't seen them play it, that I recall. Vega runs the crap out of that hero.
Yeah, I think if you go way back, there's been a game hero there, but it's not a comfort hero. I think I've seen him play Brood once or twice, and it wasn't a very menacing Brood. It wasn't very scary.
Anything
like
else that you, if you just had to randomly pick a hero that we haven't talked about?
Axe.
Oh, that's a Yonasom Fun classic.
Dazzle,
actually, he used to run that a lot.
Dazzle, Lina, Axe, aggro tri-lane, put the Storm safe lane, put SF mid. Storm might get pressured if you do that, because I think we'll see Tusk off lane and Earthshaker roaming down there, potentially to apply some pressure, but you can shut down the Matama and Ember Spirit, and that to me is well worth it.
Yeah, much better lockdown on the Ember and more lane pressure. I like that. I like the Axe.
I'm trying to think. The one thing you don't have a good way of dealing with, I guess you've got SF razors, like the Flame Guard for Ember Spirit, you can't easily and quickly burn down, but and you've got Storm Remnants too now.
What are they doing here? Okay. Yonasom Fun saying hi to Velat. Nothing too crazy going on.
Valatskin.
Just taking their time. NiP now with their final pick as we get ready for game number 1 of this best of 3 showdown. Round of 12, double elimination, so still a ways to go for whoever wins this, but both of these, Europe is very tightly contested right now.
Yep.
GoDz. It's not like Europe 6 months ago where there was like Cloud9, Secret, maybe Empire VP, and then everyone else. Now it's much less stratified, more evenly balanced from top to bottom. Definitely going to be a tough
Especially
region.
with some of the new teams coming out. Like the way it worked is that some teams were seeded directly into the round of 8 based on past results, but now a lot of the new teams, Monkey Business, 5 Youngs, are looking stronger than ever. So.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Exactly like I predicted. Good call, GoDz.
Hey, man, you jumped ship, dude. I'm taking full credit for this one. You're on your little dinghy boat. My big, majestic yacht has risen out. I'm Poseidon himself, and we are sailing to the promised
context.
land.
No context.
I don't know. I'm some sea god.
Good call there on the X.
I don't know my sea lore.
Now
here.
the question will be: do they go for the full offensive tri-lane, like you said? That's the big question mark here.
Yeah, dual lanes is possible if they want to do a Dazzle Axe. It's very much if you run just a Dazzle Axe, that's where the 5 Young side will just send 3 heroes up there and try and go for kills and to prevent Axe from shutting down your lane. So
good call, GoDz, and we get ready for game number 1 of this best of 3. Crystal Maiden last pick for the Foof Youngs, and yeah, hello, Mr. Serializer.
Yeah. We're done.
Hashtag production value. Thank you, Dota 2. A moment of love and affection for our favorite game. that has been reborn like a phoenix, worse and uglier than ever. And here we go. Reconnecting.
You didn't eat your cereal this morning, LD. That's what the game's telling
No
me.
amount of cereal can save us from this.
Okay.
Not even Lucky Charms, not even, I don't know, Cheerios. No
I mean,
cereal.
most cereals are flat. I guess there's some where you get the little round balls. I don't know.
All right, we're allowed to cast now. Thank you, Dota. We're back underway.
You say that. Yesterday, Dakota had to go through
I actually have to fix my settings
5
here.
episodes of flattened cereal.
Sorry, everybody. This computer is new and shiny and painful.
Yep. It looks like for now, at least, NiP going for the top rune, suggesting maybe it will be an offensive tri-lane. And 5 Youngs are like, peace, we're out of here. You guys can have that rune. We don't want anything to do with this.
The Youngs will go for the bottom rune. So introducing the teams here. Fada, Mind Control, Jerax heading towards the bottom lane. We'll have Matumba Man, Kuroki controlling the top rune, or, well, sitting back, hopefully, for their sake. Limp strutting about as the Shadow Fiend. Seal Kid Hanskin on the Lino Dazzle. Top lane will be Yonasimfon as the Axe, rushing the Tranquils, and Era, safe lane Storm. So they do actually have a D ward here, gods, but I don't know if they actually saw it just yet.
Yeah, the low ground sentry is an odd one. They're pinging. They seem to know it's there. They just need high ground vision. Seal Kid provides it from across the ravine. That's some next level
Easy
dewarding.
50 gold.
So yeah, aggro trialing coming out. LD, sometimes I get things right. No, it's not often, but sometimes.
That was an
Sometimes.
extremely bold prediction. Aggressive tri-lane, definitely picking Axe here.
Yeah.
No take backs, and you were right.
It's one of
Very
those
well
rare
done.
moments.
Yeah. First time for everything. Even God's being right.
Yeah. So I think the response for this for 5 Youngs is try and help the Ember a little bit, but this is very much a lane they can't win. They're better off going for pull camps. It looks like Kuro's just going to jungle a fast level 2, and I'd expect an early rotation, possibly just from Earthshaker. Maybe Kuro doesn't normally roam so much early as Jerax does, but they want to head towards bottom. Era on the Storm is probably the easiest kill for them to get. SF's also a possible kill, but definitely one, if not both of the supports want to roam and try find some early action elsewhere on the map. Top lane is just not a lane they can expect to win.
Man, look at the early CS here on Fada. 7 and 3 through 8 creeps with the 8th yet to die yet. Perfect start mid for a Beastmaster. That is. And some denies to boot versus a Shadow Fiend. That's, Limp's going to be a little bit sad. Already the boar coming out, so looks like will be the boar level up here. And they are rotating.
They've got the ward to protect him, so good. I mean, for NiP, it's like we're going aggro tri-lane. What's the big risk? Our 2 solo heroes getting ganked, so they've set both wards up to protect their solos. They've even got the other ward down in the bottom river to scout out potential rotations from Jerax. But even with a ward, Jerax is in a very dangerous position. Gets a fissure block, Fata will run
He
forward.
might actually be dead here. Axe is coming out.
Cancels the salve.
Where's Limp going to go? That slow boar messing things up. The Razes will force him back. They force out the TP on Seal Kid.
That's
Kind of limiting the aggression here top lane, but still they have been creep skipping. And you see Matumba Man only level 2, being denied some creeps here.
Oh, and Kuro figures out where this observe ward is, so he'll de-ward this. Makes it a bit more dangerous here in the bottom lane for Era. So you can see both supports. One's going mid, one's going bottom. They want to pressure the Storm. I mean, you look at this lineup. Storm and Shadow Fiend are the 2 carries. They're the 2 important heroes on the NFP
Shards
side.
come out. Era, where's the TP? You don't have one because your buddy already went to the mid lane. In a lot of trouble.
okay.
Ah, that armor. That 6 armor keeping him alive.
Can't nerf my armor, he says. Although he drops his null, so he's down to 5. Don't do that in Era.
Imagine if you get the Ogre treatment. Give
Plus
him
1
7
armor.
here. He'd basically be healing through those auto attacks. Era will hang out near the tower, playing it safe. Meanwhile, the pressure does continue top. They creep skip with the Yonasimfon Hanskin. Threatens for a stun. Not ready to go in just yet. And Limp now faces a double boar special. As he sits 11 and 4. He has caught up, though. Doing a pretty good job of CSing here moving forward.
Yeah, and you can expect him to kind of power farm throughout the early to mid game once he gets those jungle stacks as well. And even without jungle stacks, SF can just pop around from camp to camp, spam out the lane, go into the jungle. He's just going to farm a lot more efficiently than Fata, but Beastmaster are going to obviously offer the roaming gank potential for his team. So,
well, you mentioned Kuro doesn't normally roam that much early, but he has not only made the rotation towards bottom, but
yeah,
continues to kind of occupy it. And as I say that, he immediately runs away. So that's what I was saying. He does not get aggressive here. He will not go into the Radiant jungle and pressure.
I like this play from Seal Kid because very much his presence in the aggro tri-lane was to make it so that 5 Youngs, if they only dual lane with Axe +1 up there, they'll lose that lane to the Earthshaker +CM. So he was up there to ensure they had the good start. And then once the lane in the off lane is 1 for Axe, he just starts helping out the cores. He wants to make sure he's in position for a Grave, a heal should they need it. And he's going to be much more focused on protecting Storm and Shadow Fiend now. And also stacking for the Shadow Fiend, who's got a nice little quad stack here, it looks like, or triple stack in the jungle.
Good work by Seal Kid. Limp will devour those creeps. Still doesn't actually have the boots delivered yet. Looks like the courier's been working overtime as it lunges back towards the Radiant base. We'll see Jarex kind of hanging out top. He's got the Hawk giving him a spot of extra vision, but tough lane to find a kill in here. Currently, your Dire squad does have vision on Handskin. They're going to go for the fissure. Kuro to follow this one up. Holding all the nukes for now. The call comes on to Matumba Man, trying to protect Handskin on the retreat out. Gets the stun off, but will end up going down. The first blood goes the way of the 5 Youngs, and now the chase continues. Can Matumba Man juke around the trees? Nowhere to run, it seems. Slowly being poked by that axe, but a great fissure. Jarks with the follow-up. That should be enough. There is going to be a Battle Hunger cooling down, but too late to get the kill as Fata perches on the high ground, thinking about a kill. Roar coming in mid lane, summons the boar immediately. Limp now going to tank a snowball. This is some hate on the Shadow Friend. And he will die to 1 extra slice of that Tusk's auto attack.
5 Youngs are just so good at playing the early game. This is how they beat down Monkey Business, and the games they did really well against Vagos when they focus on just dominating this early game stage. And see Kuro in trouble at top. This may not be an escape for him.
No Tango. Oh, actually has the 1, but does get caught. The call, follow-up stun, and down goes the Crystal Maiden. Though now they're in deep, and Matumba Man has cracked level 4, gets healed up, and they're trying to turn this one around. Matumba Man, now it's his turn to run. Axe coming after him. Stun follows up from the Lina. Can they bring him down? The fissure connects on 2, but the Axe continues chasing in. Follow-up chains again and again. NiP applying the pressure here, and it's up to Fata to turn this. The double boar army rotates in. The Seal Kid, no match for the boars unless he has a TP, which he does, but no mana for it, and the Earthshaker will punish the Lina on the way out. Jarex finding the 1 kill, the boar finding the other, so 2 heroes end up dropping. Now the Storm rotates in. Era still trying to get something out of this tower dive. Now the chains again frustrating NiP as Matumba Man backs his way out of here. Jonas and Fun gets off the call, but has no HP to tank any longer. Matumba Man gonna drop as well. A bloodbath in the top lane. 3 heroes dead. Era in danger. Raise number 1, raise number 2. Limp even joining the fray. Hey, anybody else want to come top lane? They're all here already. 10 heroes have rotated into this lane. The tower ends up going down to the Radiant. While that was happening. And it ends up being a 4-for-2 exchange, favoring the 5 Youngs.
And they only barely killed the Ember there. That was... 5 Youngs just rotated faster and sooner. By the time NiP realized, like, oh crap, we can't just have our tri-lane up here. They needed to bring Storm and Shadow Fiend. It was already kind of NiP on the back foot and playing defensive. They'd already lost important heroes. The Dazzle was down. They didn't have him. The Lina was down. And as a result, the Storm's balling in, but he doesn't have any follow-up. He didn't have any protection from Dazzle. Didn't have any stuns coming out of the Lina. If he'd rotated early, I think that would have been a much better initial dive. And that's kind of the problem when you've got Storm and Shadow Fiend who both want to be farming. You need... When you want to go for these T1 top tower dives, you need at least one of your cores to rotate in.
Oh, big jump in for Mind Control, but there's the Grave. Keeping on some fun. Fighting Shape for now has 8 stick charges. Doesn't seem like he's making his way out of here. Now it's Seal Kid's turn to die. Has no Grave available. Pops the heal, blows up Matumba Man, but can't finish the job, and will end up dropping anyway. And oh yeah, by the way, Shadow Fiend solo fragged mid lane. Fata completely out of control. 2-0 and 3. And this is after the Dazzle save to start the laning stage off. And you wonder why teams are banning this hero first phase, gods. I guess we have our answer.
Oh, yeah. Beastmaster in Fata's hands. He's just dominates his lane. I mean, you talked about earlier when SF had 3 CS, Fata had 8 CS and 3 denies.
First 2 waves, he was flawless.
It's impressive. And for NiP, this is problematic for them. They need to get that blink up on Jonas. And also, he's just under-leveled. He's level 4 as a core axe at 8 minutes in. That's just not going to cut it. This is like normally like at 8 minutes in, if someone's level 4, you're like, oh, it's probably just because they're a support and playing selflessly.
Howdy, Crystal Maiden. How you doing? He's number 1,
down.
trying to poke from the high ground, but Limp is being zoned back because there's a bigger problem in the mid lane. The high ground stun from Handskin, not sufficient. Now the shards trap Handskin in a very awkward position behind a tree, but Storm rotates in, tries to finish off Jarek's ball in as well. We'll get the first kill. Does Eric consider a commitment for an additional one? The roar cools down in 10 seconds. 8 seconds. Axes, shards again. Era in his own little world. Seal Kid tries to turn this with the Grave, the heal as well. but Mind Control still fairly durable here. And now Thada's looking to come back and has the Roar variable. Into the fight comes Matumba Man on the Ember Spirit. Everybody and their mother joins this lane, and it will be another double kill.
And Kuro
and they're not done yet. Kuro, man fighting. Oh, can't do it. That armor at least salvages a single solitary kill, but Mind Control continues to commit for this. The long range ball into the shards. He's going for it. Nice try. But he may die. He's got one stick charge here.
Made it out, okay.
He did the math.
Has he?
Man. He did the math. I swear he did the math. Sunstrike, Zeus ult, you're dead.
Yeah.
Man, that was some intense pressure on the mid lane.
There was like top lane.
It started
10,
with they
10
saw,
man top
they
and then 10 man mid.
They see Kuro. They're like, hey, let's kill the Crystal Maiden. Try to get the raise from the low ground. Oh, wait.
With
suddenly, Tuskar and Beastmaster up in your business.
They can't actually kill Kuro with the Tranquil Boots there. It's just the two supports, but they have no setup for a Lina stun, and they can't actually outrun Kuro because he's got the Tranquil's advantage.
Wait, fall in bottom, but the Earthshaker's in position. Kuro standing his ground. A proud Crystal Maiden. Level 6 now. Did skill up the ultimate. And looks like he already used it.
Oh, he used it just then. I think he
yeah,
must have
just thought
accidentally-
Arrow was going to commit.
Yeah, that was let's say it was like 80 seconds to the next one. Like, doesn't it have a 90-second cooldown? Yep. That's good. Last time I saw him
Instantly
play
canceled,
CM, he didn't get ulti until level 13. He maxed all of his 3 basic spells and got ulti at level 13, which I didn't really like. They won the game. He did fine and all, but skill-wise, I think this ulti is a really valuable point at level 6 especially. At level 11, it's not great because it's a huge mana cost. It's the majority of your mana pool, so often you just see it stay level 1 for some time, but definitely worthwhile getting that early point.
Well, NiP forced a bit more defensively on this bottom lane as they see the pressure coming in. They'll rotate the Lina down, but Jonas Fan, he's not afraid. Struts up top. We won't see an early Blink Dagger rush, by the way, GoDz. It is going to be an early Vit booster instead. Jonas Fan trying to tank up a bit here.
I think
as 5 Youngs go for the smoke.
Yeah, NiP's changing their game plan. When you see this, it suggests they do not want to fight. They want to play a farming game. They've got Storm Shadow Fiend, so it kind of works to their advantage, but 5 Youngs, they're the ones who want to be constantly aggressive now. They're smoking through the Radiant jungle. They want to use that Beastmaster Hawk Vision to try find them pickoffs. It's going to be a bit late to this big neutral camp here, but it still may find vision of Limp on the SF.
Limp scouted and now snowballed. Can he get out of here? Shards to follow up. Oh, in an awkward position. The Fissure actually protecting Limp a bit, and we'll just back away. Arrow rotates in. Kuroki does have the ultimate available. Should they dare to go up to the high ground? Fada tries to join the fight, but a nice ball. Fada unable to find the target for the Roar. Even pop the Necrobook and is going to feed. 150, maybe 300 gold here as he tries to walk those minions away. Won't get out safely. They did not have Jerix for that one, though now he will. Hey, what's going on over here? It's already too late. That's a weird shards. Like I think he somehow caught the heroes here. Then the Fissure like somewhat protected the hero that we're going for. Kind of an awkward engagement there from Fufyungs.
Yeah. And that's kind of the nature of the Earthshaker Tusk. Like it can create these chaotic scenarios where you don't know who's getting blocked in or out, which can sometimes work against you, but Mind Control for the most part has been very good on the Tusk throughout Nanyang in the European one as well as what we've seen so far. Oh, Jerix loses his Observer Ward. So put down a Observer Ward behind the bottom tier 1, but there was a sentry already there, so the creep wave took it out, and just denying a little bit of deep vision that 5 Youngs are trying to use to take down some tier 1 towers.
So Era is on a bit of a roam here. Doesn't want to actually fight. The Youngs head on. Instead, will rotate towards the mid lane. 5 heroes streaming in Kuroki. I'm just a little Crystal Maiden. Leave me alone. Thinking about a single Crystal Nova, but that would be his demise. Should even nuke once. Arrow's ready. Full mana pool available, and Kuroki knows it. Kuroki may be scouted here by this Radiant Observer Ward. Oh, ping came out. But they're content to take the tower. Vanguard now complete on the axe, and they will grab their second tower of the game. Bit slower to get that, but they do now. As the Blink is finally acquired by Tusk. Mind Control. TP at the ready.
This is a stage of the game where the Matumba Man Ember Spirit comes online, though, and that's the scary thing for NiP. They want to be able to make sure they have a way of dealing with him, and they don't really until they have the Axe Blink. They can't get that instant lockdown that they can lead into a Lina combo with until Axe gets a Blink Dagger, so I feel like until Axes are blinked, they want to be as careful as possible about avoiding any team fight, only taking pickoffs like they did at mid on the Fata Beastmaster. And for 5youngs, I feel like just sitting back and playing a slow-paced game now is not what you want to do. You want to take advantage of Axe going for this greedier Vanguard build.
Matumba Man finally completing the drums here. Has not felt as explosive of a game, though. He is 2-1-6, and he's done a great job of catching up after that early pressure top lane. But I guess the only good news for NiP, not your free farm member to start the game off. Otherwise, he might be at a 100+ CS and have one extra item. Requiem. Yep. Decent damage, but a quick Remnant back. But Matumba Man backing off. Will retreat out, even dropping the Remnant. Can TP home if he'd like and re-engage. NiP will scout out that Remnant, pinging it. Just hoping that the Ember pops back in.
Yeah, unlikely. He sees him. He's got the Remnant vision. And the Observer vision.
5 heroes camping out the Remnant.
Oh, he goes back. All right, he sees him walk away, and now
well,
he feels
confident. They knew this was a possibility here, but they did walk back, and now the Blink Dagger reveal for Mind Control. Coming in with a Chains follow-up. Fan barely tanky, but those spins are not going to remove this Flame Guard, which should be enough to finish him off. Where's the spins? Nothing going for Fan. Well, they had an inkling, but they didn't know the full story, which was that Blink Dagger reveal.
And the full story is also the Storm dying at mid lane, which is problematic for
Roar gets
NiP.
used. Necrobook now level 3.
Yeah, Kuro helped out with a bit of extra damage. It looked like, yeah, they used Freezing Field on top of that. So it was a Freezing Field plus Roar. And NiP, like, they'd swung everyone mid. They were looking to head mid to go for, I think, a play onto Fata, but they just weren't there in time to back up the Storm. And that's 2 big pickoffs on core heroes for 5youngs unanswered. And they're controlling the map. They're out farming their opponents. The Matumba Man's got his drums up. He's really just come online now by pure levels, and he's so good at fighting. The Flame Guard, it feels like they don't have a good way just to burn it down. We saw there with the, I think, Axe alone, it's all physical damage, so he's never able to deal with the Flame Guard. SF, if he's in the right place, can throw some razors, but Ember Spirit's really good at just avoiding razors and just kiting around in a team fight.
Well, I can always blow the Laguna Blade. Just
that's one way.
I hate your Flame Guard. Pow! Just zap him real quick. But yeah, barring that, it's not easy to get rid of this thing.
Lean had a bit more farm. You could see something like a Yule Scepter, but Fata has a Necro 3. That's huge damage potential.
Axes come out, clearing out the trees and opening the way for Matumba Man as he dives on a Fan. Matumba dropping the chains, the Necrobook doing the work. He's just dodging that potential stun. And now he looks for a follow-up. Remnant forward, jumping onto Hanskin, has the chains, will pop it, but they're rotating the entire squad. The Necro minions again doing the work, chasing deeper. They bring down one, but the Archer will blink him down. Fata says thank you very much. 2 quick kills.
Necro's
and
the
Limp
MVP.
even ushered away.
The melee Necrobook got the axe kill with the last will damage, and then the ranged
now
Archer
he gets a
the
spin
kill.
when he doesn't need it. Please don't spin. Please don't spin. Oh god, I spun.
Yeah.
I think he's probably dead there anyway. But
No,
still,
that's what was
a funny way
to
to die. This Necrobook 3 is pretty scary.
When you rush it, it's ridiculous damage output at 15 minutes into the game. Combined with the aura is the big thing here. They hit hard, but
he's 7-1-4.
Yep.
He's, as you would expect, 40 CS down on a Shadow Fiend, 1,300 higher net worth.
Yeah.
And they haven't taken Roach yet, which is undoubtedly next on the menu for the Jungs.
And I think Fata's really kind of optimized the Beastmaster build. Something you see a lot of players doing is maxing the Axes Hawk and not getting your aura until level 10. He only ever gets 2 points in Axes, and then he goes back to it at level 13. So he gets 2 points of Axes for the lane stage, so by level 3 is 2 in Axes, and then he doesn't get another point until he's maxed out Aura and Hawk. So he very much recognizes the damage output you get from the Aura when you combo it with the Necrobooks being better than more points in Wild Axes.
Waiting on the high ground, Fata now rushes in, not blowing that roar just yet. Wants to get onto Seal Kid, so there's no grave to keep the Shadow Fiend alive. They'll quickly blow up the Dazzle. Now turning on the Limp, can the TP out happen in time? No, sirree! Matumba Man finishes the job, and all of a sudden, Ember just completed Boots of Travel, got the Ring of Health, and now he has the Perseverance, well on his way to a potential Battle Fury. And this was a safe lane Ember up against a tri-lane who had very little help early on, GoDz.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it now, as he surges at 4-1-9 into second place on the network chart.
This is where an aggro tri-lane great at stopping a safe lane hero from getting farmed for the first 6 to 8 minutes, but you've got to then turn that into objectives, and
Hanskin's just helpless against this.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess I'll stun here. Oh, Sleight of Fist, no chance, you're dead. And meanwhile, Fan also on the run. The shards come out once again. He gets
Still
punched
got
up
no
and
blink.
down. Now snowball forward. Kuroki can't wait to use that ultimate. No, just kidding.
He's
Gonna nuke once, and the Shaker even joins the fray, but they are a bit careful here. Cautious about the 4-hero counterplay.
Yeah.
And we'll back out.
I thought they'd go for it. They see the storm mid now, and no TP on Era. They may look to re-engage, but for now they are standing and farming underneath a NiP ward here in the jungle, so that's going to be something they don't... they're probably not going to find an answer to anytime soon. It will expire. The Necro Book 3 unlikely to be summoned, except offensively.
No medallion yet, though.
For the Dire side?
Yeah, not as good versus the Roche now, but
Yeah.
with the Beastmaster, still I think would be enough to do it.
Oh, yeah. And it's still an item... Yeah, it's been nerfed by half against Roche, but you still get it as a Roche item, even if it's weaker. Yeah. I guess they don't have an obvious candidate to buy it. Tusk, probably the best hero on their side, and he's picked up a Mithril Hammer, so we're seeing bigger items come out from him.
Or is this a BKB?
I think more likely the BKB, but he's got a Blink Dagger. His single target burst damage with Blink Deso is pretty absurd. Just generally, you don't see such a glass cannon build from your utility offlaner.
Well, I guess when you're always the one punching and not the one taking the punches. Why the hell not? NiP are in a bit of smoke here, but it's about to wear off. Unable to find a connection. Good map awareness from Fada, hiding back, even letting the boars patrol in front of his little hidey hole. Will successfully dodge the gank. So Yonasan Fan, even though he's just picked up the Blink Dagger, unable to get a kill here.
Yep.
Just haven't seen NiP really get anything rolling. And Era does have Bloodstone now, but that's it.
Some just unconventional 5 Young's wards. They've got 2 defensive wards in their own jungle. You wouldn't expect to see this, but I think they've recognized NiP's movements into their jungle, and they're just like, let's just pop these down, be on the safe side. We can throw... If we need to get aggressive, we can rely on the Hawk, so just use our wards where they're going to give us the most short-term value. We're not looking at long-term value from these wards because they have a Beastmaster. They can waste... It's not even wasting these wards. They can just use them as freely as they kind of want to, and now with a smoked up 5 Young side, they're looking to engage.
They saw Yonasan Fan thinking about the blink in
they
mid
saw
lane,
that
and now
smart.
they're the ones on the offensive. The Youngs going in, blink out, and the turn. Necrobo comes. They will start spamming nukes on these, but this is a Necro 3, 900 health, and even if you kill it, you're going to take a pounding for it.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Era
anyone's volunteering
maybe
to
tries
kill
to kill it in a ball lightning. No.
Oh, we got 3 with the shards.
They follow this up. Blake, Echo, Jerax just got the Pound Town, and he'll go in, finds the first initiation, the buyback instantly for the leader, trying to re-engage, but they've already lost a second hero. The Dazzle down, Limp stunned up through it all. BKB expended, shards coming out, Remnant dropped one direction, Sleight of Fist the other, and will connect on the Shadow Fiend, finishing off. Now Lina chucking out a casual Laguna Blade, hoping to finish on Fada. One more auto tech, the high ground stun gets the job done, but the payment will be Matumba Man burning down the Fire Lady. As he continues chase, Chains has the Sleight of Fist, and again the easy dodge. Meanwhile in the river, Axe does turn this though, gets the double kill dunk. So, it ends up not being too shabby. They did die back on Melina there.
It was
4 for 4 overall.
Yeah, that was a great fight for them. SF got off the BKB ultimate. The Ice Shard's initially fantastic. It locked in 3, forced a fight, which for 5 Youngs looked to be what they wanted to do, but the problem was the Beastmaster wasn't in range to roar the SF when he went for the Rec Room. He was BKB Rec Rooming, and the roar just wasn't there. It came later on, and it was because the Ice Shards had done such a good job locking NiP in. It also locked Fata out of the fight from where he had blinked in, so...
Well, God's the real winner was Era.
Yeah.
Just got the Bloodstone, had a really slow start, suddenly 12 charges. Didn't even get a kill that fight. 3, 2, and 5. He was 3 and 2 before the fight.
Era and Matumba Man, though, because Matumba Man has taken over the top net worth. He's got a Battle Fury all of a sudden. He's level 16, so somehow...
And with this Desolator, now Roshan may be in the cards.
Yep.
Maybe that's why he goes for it here.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. We may
Medallion's
see
not
more
so good against
value
Roche,
Deso pickups.
Yeah. Well, as though TA needed a buff.
Yeah.
The indirect buff.
They can very easily Roche. Necro units can tank it. You've got Beastmaster Aura, Deso, yada yada. They've got plenty of damage.
But risky.
And NiP smoked up may be concerned about the Roche, although they will now see Fata bottom, which should kind of reveal to them that Roche probably not going on without the Beastmaster.
Has no TP here, and instantly Axe initiates. Fada quick on the blink back. They're still going to ball lightning in, and they're completely wrong about the location. But the smoke never even broke. They didn't see Era chasing here. Could continue pursuit, but it'll start dropping remnants once those delicious creeps instead. And the gank will end up not succeeding. Works towards the Orca now. 4 heroes? 5 heroes converging bottom.
I think 5Young's looking to go for a bit of a semi-trade here. They're pressuring out the mid lane, and they'll see 5 bottom, and just not really in the best position to fight. Echo Slam's come back up for Jerax, but he's still just level 8, so it's level 1. And Mind Control with the Deso actually pushes pretty fast with a creep wave here at mid.
Okay, forget about Roche. This was clearly the classic split-pushing Tusk build.
Yeah. They come gank you blink away. They're not there, you desolated the tower.
Bam. Already has taken it down below half HP.
New meta.
The Yoongs working on a tier 2 on the mid lane while NiP work on the tier 2 bottom. Let's see if they try to come back and defend here. Yona patrolling in the front lines, and that big engagement keeps the game relatively even for NiP.
Yeah.
And now the Dominator completed, 1,800 gold banked for Limp, and the split push does succeed. They get that first kill, but the initiation on Nefata finds him, scouts him out, tries for the dunk, the Fissure interrupts it. Laguna will end the fight. Headskin finally locates a target for that devastating beam of doom.
Great catch from Jonas there. He used the blink and the Force Staff to get close enough, and I don't think Fata was ready for the double kind of gap breaker initiation coming from the Axe. He just got a bit overconfident with his position.
Oh, so close, Jonas. So close.
Had the Storm backing him up too, that likely would have been a kill. And
if only Dunk had a mini stun. If only Lumi was balancing Dunk.
Era just wants to power farm his Orchid, because that's the item that allows him to kill Ember.
Lamp, he had to pop the BKB here, but it does save his life.
Yep.
Now down to a 7-second charge, we'll retreat out. So we'll see a bit of dewarding. Still nobody thinking Roche. Well, maybe teams thinking Roche, but nobody acting on it. As we hit 25 minutes.
I feel like for Limp, he can still get a lot done even during a 5-second BKB. It's not like you're in a drawn-out fight against like a nuking spellcaster. If you're against like a Zeus or a Leshrac or a Storm, you want to have that longer BKB, but you just want the BKB for that like initiation and to deal with like the Earthshaker stun. So to me, this is not the worst game to have a quick 5-second BKB. Well, he's still sitting on like what 7 seconds for now, although it looks like we'll get to 5 in no time at all, but not the end of the world. It's not one of those games where it's like, okay, late game, this hero's going to struggle because they've got a 5-second BKB.
The bigger threat is probably just getting instantly KO'd by like a Blink Echo and not getting the Grave off.
And that's where, or like even the same with the Roar, and that's where the BKB
it doesn't matter how long it is.
And it's not bought for that reason. It's
as much, yeah.
It's bought very much just for the Earthshaker, getting out of his Searing Chains.
And all the late game damage on the Yoongs is physical damage. Your Tusk Walrus Punch, the Sleight of Fist, Inner Beast Star to make everyone attack a bit faster.
Yeah.
So, definitely agree with you. It's more about the fact that you have Magic Immunity, not how long it lasts. So Man's going to split push here. Top lane has picked up the Crystallis.
He's going to be very wary.
His farm is really accelerated. Suddenly at 14k net worth. They tri-laned him, and he had no help. he's 7-1-9. He's the most farmed hero in the game. Now Axe trying to find Jerax, who's looking to protect Matuma Man. Matuma's like, well, thanks for the bodyguard, man. See you later.
Yeah, he's piecing.
Nope. Pops the stick. Enchant Totem. Purely a stally maneuver. And Blake, take it in the face. Down he goes.
The Battle Hunger actually wore off. It was almost had to blink out, but
Jonas and Fun, he's itching to use that dunk.
And I think for NiP, they really want to smoke or at least have Era go for a gank right now. He's just picked up Orchid. Matumba Man may not be ready for this to come his way, but a Dire Ward is scattered out. So Intel has been picked up. NiP's Orchid, no one now by Matumba Man, which is unfortunate for
Boots of Travel up on the Beastmaster, and that goes with the Boots of Travel already up in the Ember. So this team with the Hawks gods, the double Hawks, suddenly they just teleport in out of nowhere, just apparate and start doing terrible things to your back lines. Gotta be careful versus this mobility. Era hasn't advanced on Bloodstone charges, but has been farming. Gets the Orchid now. Still looking for that explosive follow-up team fight here as we hit the 28-minute mark. And they are smoked again.
They're very wary of 5Young's ability to take Roshan quickly here, but 5Young's just playing it safe, have not even attempted a Roshan yet this game.
Yeah, it's like the next level, get the Desolator, then don't... Okay, Blake call, not even going to attempt the call. Fissure wildly off the mark. The Smoke Ank also fails, so everybody just...
in trouble.
Who's going to fail the most here? Fada does get trapped out a bit.
In trouble.
Oh, Fada, he's had such a good start, but Jonas and Fon's having the better finish. Gets the dunk kill. Now finishing off an additional Necrobook minion. Shards come through. A beautiful initiation. But Jarex, he got silenced by Era as he looked for the KO. Echo Slam can't get it off. Limp. Grave, as well as the BKB, keeps him in fighting shape. Era, what a save. It's got to be a double kill if he gets off the Echo there.
Yeah, Limp held onto his BKB for too long. I think the Echo would have come before BKB. It was very much like Earthshaker blinked it. Oh, I got to pop my BKB. Good thing he was silenced, because that Echo is instant, and you wouldn't have got a chance to BKB if not for the silence.
And it was so close that he only had time to silence him, not even to disable the blink. It was right down to that like split-second reaction.
We take out the Hawk. The Sigil also pretty annoying here, but
no buyback on the Beastmaster. They got to stall the bash.
They're just a bit slow.
Some fun.
Sigil, man, that's what an annoying, pesky spell to try and Roche against.
Probably exactly what NiP is thinking right now, as the Dazzle will wear off shortly. They cannot secure the Roche, and in fact, this may lead to a Jung's Roche, because all three lanes are pushing.
Yeah, that's not even just a problem because they've got to push him out, but you look at the big picture, it's like that's a lot of farm you're missing out on that you're meant to be getting here, so it's just not efficient for them to kind of have a Roche standoff right now when they're missing out on a ton of farm and going to be falling behind. 5 Youngs don't even have to go for Roche, and they can just have a couple heroes postured around. Matumba Man can be farming while he's got a Fire Remnant near the pit, and Vata's actually TP top. He wants to force those rotations back up here, and with his TP, with the short cooldown, 45 seconds on Boots of Travel means he can just TP up here, pressure the lane, force rotations, and then he'll be just TPing right back to the pit for a potential Roche attempt for 5 Youngs.
Good map presence from Fata. It seems he may have to transition his playstyle here. Just has not gotten a good initiation off in some time.
Oh, he's in. He's popped the Necro 3.
Yeah, this is definitely going to force at least one hero back. Era's going to hoof it.
Look how fast that Necro hits.
He's balling in, hoping for the scout. Does! Fine, Fata gets the pull off. How dare you rat me? Down he goes.
Easy Necro money.
I mean, they want to go Roche right away. They're already in the pit, but I don't know if they can do it without Fata. They were planning on the TP into the
They know
Roche.
Eric has no mana, no ability. I mean, he can heal up quickly and TP in, but yeah, without Fata, I think they don't have the damage. They need his aura especially.
Like you said, NiP have been always looking after this Roche. You want some fun. Again, scouting. Confidently moving in. Now has a completed BKB.
NiP have definitely turned this game. They've got Storm online, and the late game Storm has not been nerfed really at all. Like, all these nerfs were very much geared at making his early to mid game a lot weaker. The only real nerf to the late game is some of the Bloodstone charges, but the hero overall chews through a little bit more mana with the Ball Lightning. But if you've got to this point where you've got Orchid, Bloodstone, 16 charges, your late game Storm is as good as ever.
Yeah, doubling the activation cost when you've got 1,700 mana to work with doesn't really matter. And they scout out the little Crystal Maiden trapped behind the tower. Limp, Glimmer Cape, can't get the job done. You know, some fun. Close to being able to dunk there. 325. Didn't quite have the firepower though. As Matumba Man hangs back, looking to stall this push out a bit. The whole gang's alive. Are they going to hold? The Jungs. Scouting. BKB forced out by Jonas Fun. Matumba Man baits it, then backs off quickly. Had no vision. Playing with fire. And now the ball forward. That Glimmer Cape doing a decent amount of work. Limp popping his BKB. They do get the tower. And elsewhere, Mind Control. Snipe Seal Kid on the Dazzle on the backside of the fight. Now NiP in a headlong retreat. Hansky may be left for the Wolves. Snowball forward. Meet the fire and the ice. And down goes the Lina. As they continue to chase Era up on the high ground now. A bit isolated. Has a lot of mana though. Ball's out. TP's out. Should be able to escape. Matumba close to getting the catch there.
Very close.
But won't get it in the end. And now, at long last, give us our freaking Roche, okay? We've earned this.
Yep.
Ziyungs will finally claim it.
They managed to find Isolate Dazzle, and once Dazzle's out of the picture, you can just fully commit because you're not worried about going in, all in, throwing everything on a Storm or Shadow Fiend and having them get graved up and turn the fight around. So, straightforward Roche for 5 Youngs, and we'll see where they look to head next. They've taken all the outer towers, but to me, they haven't got a lineup which can just group up as 5 and go for a high ground push. Very much NiP have heroes that can defend high ground. They're in good teamfight shape as well when you've got 3 cores. I mean, Axe not so much like a late game carry by any means, but he's a great initiator to have to kind of set up the Lina combo. They're ready to fight, especially on the high ground. That's something that I'd love to actually see happen. It's just, oh yeah, sure, come push at us, grouped as 5, and we'll just walk right in. We'll just take you out with ease.
Oh, mid lane, initiation onto Mind Control. Trapped out by Jonas Fun. Arrow collects his easy Bloodstone charge. 9 unanswered charges on the Storm, who had a pretty bad start. I wouldn't say awful, but definitely not explosive, and has not died since he got this Bloodstone.
He's now worked on a Lincoln's, which he's 600 gold away from, and there is not much to break that Lincoln's, I don't think.
Zip zap. Zoop. He's close. Drops the Remnant. Fada just praying.
That nerfed vision not really coming into play, but could theoretically error. He knows this is the old C9 style. Did he spot him? Yep.
Oh, he found him. Error. Another Remnant. Oh, he just missed him.
Where's Weave?
But now he knows. He knows.
Your Weave.
He has to know.
Weave.
Oh, he thought he TP'd out. Oh, no.
You still throw the Weave.
The one location, but not so lucky is Mr. Jerax, who ends up taking the dunk. Oh. He has some fun on the hunt forward. Has another blink available. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Handskin doing a little bit of me time.
Uh-oh. Handskin. Someone's just TP'd down here.
I mean, and Fada is just itching to get a kill, man. He has not gotten a kill in, what, like 20 minutes?
Drops a sentry. They're going to see each other soon. No, okay. Handskin's safe for now. He was involved in the action at mid. He was the Raw that initiated the fight where they killed the Dazzle. But, like, he hasn't found solo kills at all.
Yeah, they've been able to just put the fear of God into the Beastmaster who once terrorized them. NiP, 35 minutes in.
I'm a bit surprised.
Dead even game as far as gold experience, ever so slightly their way. And now finally Fada strikes. Blake, Necrobook does the work. Axe has finished the job, and Fada will at long last connect for a kill.
Yeah,
He really had to work for that one.
Not the biggest deal for NiP. They just means they have to rotate SF down here to now be the one pushing out the lane, and they know the Raw's down, so... To me, Matumbaman going for a non-defensive item next, he's picked up a Demon Edge now, is a very kind of risky move for him. You're against a Storm with an Orchid. I guess there's Axe with Blink Call, so if you go for a Lincoln's, there's no guarantee. It's never going to help against the Axe initiation, but it means you can farm lanes and not get solo killed by Storm. With an MKB build, there's a big threat of Storm just solo killing you if you're ever alone, which I guess is just going to have to be a change in his playstyle. He can't just be farming lanes alone when Storm's missing from the map.
Yeah, Matumbaman very close to that MKB. Already has the Javelin. Aegis still available. Oh, they finally fixed the Roshan timer. Nice. So, 2 minutes.
And the ticker as well. You know when it's a best of 3 and best of 5.
Brilliant.
Accurately.
Reborn is actually reborn.
Yep.
Semi-functional client. NiP rotating back on the top lane here. Position is Matumbaman. Will cleave through the creeps. Jumps back to the jungle.
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, another 800 gold. So pretty much has the MKB if he wants to buy it, guys.
It's a risky move, especially with Aegis expiring soon. We'll find out if he does. I don't think it's a good idea when he's going, like, when he has no defensive items. And he hasn't got the best, like, he hasn't got a Dazzle or something on his team for the Grave. He's got an Earthshaker who can try and counter-initiate with a Fissure, but it's not necessarily going to help you against a Storm who can be so elusive. And similarly, the Tusk Snowball's the one kind of pseudo-save available on the team. So Mind Control, as much as he offers a lot of firepower with this Desolator, I think he's going to have to prioritize saving the Ember Spirit should he ever get focused.
Matumbaman does opt to complete the MKB, not reserving buyback, but extra damage is, some fun. We'll take the brunt of it here. Going to be forced back quickly mid lane. Matumbaman aggressively positioned.
NiP need armor. Jonas needs to go for
well, they have it.
Shivers or
they're
AC.
good. They got the Frost Mage.
Frost Mage, and they've got Weave. They're pretty good. Frost Mage, Weave.
More is always good, though.
Yeah. Frost Mage is one of these super OP creeps that just nobody realizes how good it is. Well, evidently Limp does, but
apparently
a lot of
Frog
people
doesn't.
don't. 8 armor.
Well, it's an icy ogre. It's a creep after his own heart. You can't nerf the Ice Lady or ogre.
It's just great because it has that. It's a 45-second duration, so you just put it on yourself, and with an Alpha Wolf, if it's in a team fight, it dies or something. Like you can't send an Alpha Wolf into a fight.
Oh, that damage, Handskin. Very close to dropping. Now the Glimmer Cape, Kuroki. Suddenly he's in too far. I thought we could all get aggressive here, but it's only Matumbaman who can get away with that easily. In the trees now. Sleight of Fist. Chains come out. Era happy to tank it. Still very difficult to bring down here, and they have isolated Kuroki. Hey, what you doing, buddy? Fissure? And Glimmer Cape is enough to keep him alive for now. Does Kuroki Trev it? He plays up his sleeve. Into the trees he worms. He goes for the TP out. The slave's not going to connect. It looks like he will escape. Kuroki, you magician. What a god. But Crystal made him pretty much a useless hero at this point, it feels. He's constantly running for his life.
Aaron needs a gem. I feel like that should have happened some time ago. They've been using sentries on the supports, but the nature of Dazzle especially is that he's as far back as possible. He's never in a position to really put down a sentry to scout out a Glimmer Cape because he wants to be on the back lines. Lina can be more on the front lines with the Treads, Bracer, Glimmer Cape, but it really feels like they need to just put a gem on Era or Jonas and Fan. I feel like one of these two needs to have gem and detection to deal with the constant Glimmer Capes. That's not the first time. That's like the second or third time we've seen these Glimmer Capes just save lives.
Yeah, in that one fight, it saved a life twice.
Yeah.
2 times too many if you're an IP. But no gem picked up just yet. Who's got the money for it? Lina could purchase one. Actually,
yep.
Everyone except for Dazzle could buy one, but everyone being selfish here on NiP. They will.
Jonas.
Shades forward. Oh, Matumba, man, he got stunned by the Centaur. He didn't expect that. Jark's coming in a bit too late. Didn't get off the follow-up combination to finish off Limp and ends up losing
plays.
2 heroes. Centaur Dota.
That
The
is-
proud conqueror
next level.
struts out. I don't even know if he realized that it was dominated there when he engaged.
And this is where not having a Lincoln's on Ember Spirit is really hard for him to be able to fight against Storm. If he ever gets caught out by an Axe Call, or in this case a Centaur stun, the instant fall from Era is just going to blow him up.
Reminds me of, in Warcraft 3, Dota 1, when Lifestealer looks like a regular creep. Or Ogre looks like a regular creep, so you can just hide in the wave and pretend you're...
Yep.
Hey, I'm just a normal creep. Bam! Come out of nowhere. Centaur, probably the scariest one. Especially at nighttime, because the creeps go to sleep.
Yes, that was...
Dota 1.
I wish that existed in Dota 2. That was one of those...
Almost as good as what Loda pulled out the other day on the Lifestealer. Although it didn't work. I still want to see more of it, Loda.
I think that's my favorite Dota 1 clip of all time, where this
Meanwhile, there's a base race ongoing.
Ogre.
NiP will take 1 lane of Rax, looking for the second here, and the
God.
rotation comes on the mid lane, but they push so damn fast with the Beastmaster and the Desolator, quickly bringing down the tower. It looks like it's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange, already TP'd home as the Storm Spirit. Just trying to get back, but they've already lost 2 melee. An excellent trade for the Youngs, all things considered. Mind control with the uppercut, killing the courier on the way out. He may die for this, but the damage has been dealt, and they're not done chasing just yet. Stopping Hanskin from getting away for now. Remnant forward. They will pounce that Lina.
Huh.
And so it ends up being a 1-for-1, a 2-for-2 Rax exchange, 1 ranged Rax advantage out of that for NiP.
That was a... I mean, not an entirely unexpected event to happen. With NiP going for a push, there's no way 5 Youngs can fight. The best play they can make is to go for that counter push. And the best thing about that Rax trade for them is they didn't even... If they wanted to fight the high ground, they would have to use Matumba Man's buyback, which if he buys back, you take a defense and Matumba Man dies, you've lost the game. And there's such a high chance of him dying because he's got no Lincoln Sphere that it's really risky for them to buy back and try and defend.
And so
what they
the
did
beauty
was,
of the itemization as well.
Yeah, it was such a safe play for them to make to go for that Rax trade. Now we find ourselves in a position where, 2 lanes of Rax down on either side.
And there's a crucial pickup for Matumba Man. BKB now
Yes.
complete. Something that only the Axe can hope to counter. Your Lina close to an Aghanims as well, but not quite there yet.
And looking at the lineups, I'd say NiP slightly better at dealing with like the super creeps in the lanes. Ember Spirit, great, because he's got cleave and crit, but you've got Storm as well as Shadow Fiend, even Axe. Like Lina's pretty good at clearing out creep waves quickly. You've got 4 heroes who can push out creep waves very effectively. On the 5 Young side, it feels like you've got 1 at this stage. Ice Shards, you can only use 1 every 10 seconds. Crystal Nova, not great. Beastmaster, not great at pushing out creep waves. It really feels like NiP do still get a win out of that just because their lineups better geared for dealing with
They're going
the
for it
supers.
anyway. Jonas and Van blinks in, finds Fada to start off the fight. Not Matumba
got no
Man.
buyback.
BKB is available. He's going to pump it now, looking to turn this one. Matumba almost finished off Handskin to start the fight. Now followed up with the BKB engagement, but they've already lost the Earthshaker on the backlines. Arrow finds the huge pickoff. He will pay with his life, though, as Fada and Mind Control rotate in. So they end up losing 3 across the map. Era could have been the fight changer there, but it cost him his life. Up in 20 seconds, Sleight of Fisting forward, but they're also going to get Limp, it looks like, an additional chains, preventing that Requiem. Now the Snowball, again preventing it. Uppercut in the jaw. 4 down. They have buyback on the one with the longest death counter, though NiP don't realize it, but The Jungs, GoDz, they're going to take Roche here, it seems. And with that, they have the Aegis advantage, and they're pretty much even when it comes to Rex.
LD, man, where is the NiP gem? That Glimmer Cape onto Fata.
It's getting absurd at this point. Did they ever... I don't think they ever bought one. I'm just going to double check.
No, I don't. It's available to buy right now. I don't think there's...
No, it's not on the courier, which is dead, so...
They've exclusively had sentries and sentries on the supports who are not there. Like, it's the Storm who balls in, the Axe who jumps in with the Blink Call.
He's got Dust now. He just bought Dust, but the damage has been done.
I mean, Beastmaster did get his BKB off, so killing him was still going to be tricky, but I don't think right-clicked him down.
Did they know he had the BKB because he just bought it? Yeah, that was his first charge.
Yeah, that could have been...
That may have been what threw NiP off. They see Beastmaster, just like, let's jump him.
Even without it, they don't kill him because they had no detection, though. That's the crazy thing. It's like BKB or not.
Yeah.
Glimmer Cape alone. Kuro has been on point with these Glimmer Capes, but I feel like it's inexcusable to not have detection.
At this point, now he's got a new tool. And he's bought a gem just to rub it in for the spectators. Croaky, always thinking of the viewers here. We'll get the Aghanims as well. So we've got a big freezing field. And with the Glimmer Cape, maybe he gets an off, GoDz.
Oh, yeah.
You imagine Storm dying to start the fight, then they have sentries on Seal Kit, and that's it.
No lockdown is really being thrown at Kuro in a team fight. The Blink Call is always on someone like Beastmaster or Ember Spirit or Tusk on the front line. Storm normally follows up the Blink Call, so if it's not Storm or Axe, all that's left is Lina. So Lina would have to find Kuro with the LSA, and that's the one spell they may try and save for him, but there's a very good chance of a big freezing field coming into play in these upcoming team fights.
Stun onto the Creep Wave Handskin, desperately trying to complete that Aghanim Scepter. He'll be glimmered and tries to retreat. Now pops his own Glimmer, the double Glimmer special. We'll make it out safely for now. This gives the Jungs a chance to drop down an Observer Ward on the high ground. As they begin to press forward, thinking about a full siege, they still have the Aegis here, freshly claimed. 3 minutes to go. Do they fully commit? That is the question. Checking buybacks here. Ember has it. Shadow Fiend and Tusk also. But Ember definitely the big one with the Boots of Travel. 4K gold up. Matumba Man closing in on his next big item. Sleight of Fisting in once again. Era has been brought back down to reality here as he lost quite a few Bloodstone charges in that last fight. Still at a healthy 14. But no longer out of control.
They won't have a quick enough respawn in this fight, and without buyback, he's not going to have 2 lives for this defense if 5 Jungs want to keep on chipping away at the high ground here.
Oh, and chip they shall. As Matumba Man jumps in again, gets off the chains, the Axe follow-up. Wild Axes follow-up, I should say, to avoid confusion.
Limp's got a lot of money, but I feel like he's going to buy back. He's not going to have full souls, and by the time he buys back, he may not be able to offer a whole lot to his team. So
Man, nobody wants to just run in and hit the tower. Matumba's like, I guess I will. Era jumping in the trees, popping back out. Maybe hoping for a quick pick there. Gets the tower denied. Nicely played by Era, but the real objective is not the tower. It's this melee Rax. As Limp is the man in front here. Actually fluttered previously. Doesn't have it available. Flutter is worn off. Now the engagement. Axe jumping in onto Fata. Behind to the backlines goes Era, searching probably for the Earthshaker, but Jirax is even farther back. He was ready for this one, and Kuroki unwinds a massive Crystal Maiden ultimate there. The freezing field devastates the Storm, who has no buyback. Matumba Man quickly TPing home, has the Remnant to jump right back into the fight. And they might be able to close out this game with no Storm for 30. Do the Jungs realize could be their moment?
Yeah.
Seems they're afraid of the buyback. They're going to play it safe.
Definitely concerned about it. And also, I guess Matumba Man's just back to push out the wave a little bit here, but no pressure coming during this 20-second window.
They're slow rolling it.
They've still got Aegis, so I think more importantly than the Storm buyback is they're like, look, let's just make sure we've got all our lanes pushed out and in a position where we can just start chipping away. Probably even start with the range racks, just because I don't feel like they've got the damage, and it's going to take a long time to get the melee racks. And it heals up, so they may probably start with the range racks and then
I love the mind games right now between Jirax and Era. They're both... Era knows he has to find Jirax. He's jumping all over the place to try and scout him out, and Jirax is like all the way over here. Just one step ahead of him, guys.
Oh, giving good vision off to the side. Does scout out Jonasson fan.
Poking away at Limp, actually rather quickly punching him in the mouth. And, oh, he'll be okay. Jumps back. They have that roar available. Fata trying to find the right target. Limp in danger here. Limp in a lot of trouble. The Laguna Blade will finish off only the Aegis. Remember, they also have an Ember buyback, so he's got 2 more lives to work with here, should he need them. Remnant's back. Now drops another Remnant, and the engagement actually goes the way of Fada. Jerax quickly trying to stall this push forward. BKB committed by Fada, and now out come the Glimmer Capes. Handskin deleted from the fight. Very quickly dealt with. Lina ultimate already consumed earlier, so we'll be on cooldown for some time. NiP still trying to hold on, but the creeps are stacking up, and they've already gotten the range tracks, and this creep wave being here allows them to get that vision up to the high ground. NiP, maybe we see the back off again. Matumba Man, no more Aegis.
NiP really needs to get to the shot.
No, they're going in. Kuroki throws out the aggressive Nova. Now the axes come, and they snowball forward. Feel like I haven't seen that Tusk jump in for a long, long time, but there's the Walrus Punch. Era trying to find his opening here as the Shadow Fiend ult tries to counter-initiate, but Kuroki, quick freezing field, does massive damage, even in just a handful of seconds. Limp, now isolated, controlled by the Shaker. Down he goes, 3 dead, 4 dead, double buyback, trying to hold serve desperately. NiP hang on to whatever they've got, but it won't be Era. He's down as well for a full minute. It's a triple for Matumba Man, and they're not even done yet. Some fun. He needs some big spin luck here. Desperately hunting. They're not going to let him go away easily. Chains, blink, all kinds of harassment, and additional sleight of fist. Limp, some fun. There's only one way, and that way is forward as the Roar controls Limp. This could be the final stand for NiP. A club from Jerax finishes off one. Searching for more. Lina rejoining the fight. All of a sudden, the Ember Spirit's down, but he has the buyback dead for 100 seconds. Immediately will use it. Rejoining. Kill that creep. Kill that creep. They can't. And now it's going to be Limp who pays. Popping the Shadow Fiend like a pinata, which will cost them the Earthshaker, but well worth it as they continue onward, searching for Handskin next. He tries to machine gun Matumba Man, but gets only a measly 2 auto attacks
back
off
in 10
before going down. And Lina also has a buyback available. NiP with the double buyback, full team wipe, trying to hold this. Desperately hanging on.
It was an Ember buyback as well, the other thing to keep in mind. So it wasn't
double buyback for the Jungs as well, overall.
Yeah, so it's... They're still down... Well, they still have got a melee and a range Rax. They're even on Raxes right now. Both sides with 1 melee, 1 range Rax remaining. 5 Jungs have a couple extra towers at their disposal, but by no means game over. The big issue there... SF had like 7k gold at the start of that fight. Didn't have a Skadi, didn't have a Satanic. He couldn't get to that secret shop to finish off any of his items. He finally managed to get his Skadi after he bought back, but not having that extra big late game item, I think really hurt what he could do in the fight.
Matumba Man, gotta be careful. No buyback. And showing himself mid lane. He does have the Remnant. He's gonna Sleight of Fist the wave and doesn't get the ball out. This could be the death of Matumba Man. Stun, Laguna dead! Deleted for 2 minutes! Oh, Matumba! He may have just opened the door for NiP.
That was sick pick off there. They know they needed the 2-hero combo. Lina was there as well with the Glimmer initiation.
And this, even if your actions are good, they got to be perfect in that situation.
Yep.
Just a quarter of a second too slow, and Matumba pays the price. He is going for an Abyssal Blade, but that may be beside the point. As NiP smoke, head down the mid lane. Courier is...
They're going for the throne here.
They're all in.
They still have some ways to defend. Beastmaster has 2 lives
They
here.
can rat this. They can rat this. Maybe.
I think you have to defend because they're going to go throne. You can't beat them in a throne race. So
they know it too. They're pinning it out. Fada very carefully positioned in the back lines. Ball in. Quick Shivas. Initiation from Era. Jumping forward. BKB from Jonas and Fun. Trying to isolate Fada. Laguna Blade again. The support Lina doing hefty damage here as Fada is driven all the way back. He'll blink out to safety. But this opens the way forward. Shadow Fiend dealing with the Necro Book, but does get held in position. Kuroki unwinding the ultimate again. Kuroki, can he be the big savior? No, it's going to be Jerax Echo slamming his way forward together with the Snowball. Doing a lot here to NiP. Fada dunked and finished off, but 3 fall for NiP. Only 45 seconds till they get back that Ember Mind Control called, but they're just stalling. They
have their numbers.
Flying proudly. And they might be able to rat their way the other direction. There's no backing out here for NiP. They're all in on this. In comes the Earthshaker again with the Enchant on him. 2 heroes stun. Take down 5 dead. 1 buyback. The Jungs have held. And GoDz, I think it's going directly the other way. The Boots of Travel available. Ember up in 20. Ping's coming out top. Jugular time here.
I think strategically they really overvalued how much they needed to go for kills there. They heavily overcommitted for Fata, who didn't even initially die until much later on. He had BKB, Solar Crest evasion. if they just hit tier 4 towers and the throne, it forces Fata to engage. So rather than go diving for the kill on Fata, make him come to you and then you fight him. But the damage output on 5 Jungs just isn't there without Ember. Such that if you just go for buildings, you're gonna force a play out of them, and that's just, I think, a bit of an overextension from NiP. They were still in a desperate spot, but it's now 5 Jungs back the other way. There is a Storm buyback. They're gonna make a last stand with SF here, and we could see another turnaround. This is not over yet.
Well, Jerax quickly trying to bring down these towers. They sleight of fist out the creep waves. All waves pushing in here. So even if the Jungs can't finish the game now, they're going to have excellent map control. Mega creeps are up. NiP, last defense here. Here it comes. Now we go. Era jumping in, looking for the initiation. Almatum Manu BKBs focuses only on objectives, but gets the Laguna Blade. Has to Remnant back. Headskin doing so much work here, but it's really Kuroky. It's a game of supports, a song of ice and fire, as Kuroky will be dunked the throne down to 600 health.
They killed
They're
Ember.
not dead just yet.
They killed Ember.
Every lane pushing, though.
It's
not over yet.
Oh!
Wow!
Everyone's dead. They have no buybacks except CM.
But all lanes are heavily pushing in.
You've got a minute.
Let's see. Can NiP do it? They have to throw now. There is a dire glyph as well.
Era's buyback there. He chased down the Ember, then got the Earthshaker.
So close. So close.
They're going to go right at the throne. There is no...
you say right at the throne. This is going to be a long and slow push down the mid lane.
Axe is going to start blinking forward. This creep wave is the creep wave which will make high ground. It's not even going to get stopped. They can clear the waves fast enough with Axe, Lina, Storm that it's going to take about 20 seconds, 25 seconds to reach the throne. CM will have 2 lives. That's the important thing here for 5 Jungs. I mean, it's a
not
CM.
often you ever say that in any game of Dota.
No, it's a CM with a...
This could be the one game where it's very important. NiP marching in. This is the wave.
Lib needs
like
to
you
just
said,
buy
they ball
something.
forward. They're just going straight for the throne. Backdoor regen not there, even though the creeps haven't quite arrived just yet. And they're going for it. Fully committed. NiP just in the front door. Earthshaker back, has the Echo Slam. They buy back the Crystal Maiden. Yoda some fun, trying to prevent this initiation. Mind Control will ball in. Onto Handskin, goes right past Era, deletes him immediately. Throne dropping low, 1400 HP. Now the glyph comes out to hang on. Jerax, oh, Era dodges the enchant totem. They're going to do it. NiP pull one out of the hat. The Jungs thought they had it. They were wrong. They were so wrong. Oh my.
Era's just one of those clutch players. He's first the pick off mid on Ember when Ember had no buyback. Then that throne defense where he went in, just did as much damage as he could, bought back immediately. I was clicking him because I'm like, he's 50 gold short of buyback, but he got a kill, and then that gave him the money he needed for the buyback. Goes in again, gets 2 more kills. Just insane.
The best part was at one point that game, he had, I think, 21 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah.
He ends the game
like 4 or
at
5?
like 6 before the last fight, so maybe at 9 or 10. So he went from average to poor laning start, up to 20 Bloodstone charges, down to 4 to 6, then back up to 9, and more importantly, had the buyback when they need it. What a turn of events here as NiP somehow, some way, will take game 1, a best of 3, gods. We're only getting started here for the Summit 4.
You know,
Can we have
I'm
a
glad,
time
I'm glad
out?
the Summit's
I think I need
back.
a shower after that game. Jesus.
This is just the round of 12 too for the winner bracket. Winner of this goes on to meet VP. There's so much more of this to come in the coming month.
Well, that was game 1, guys. This is the Summit 4. We'll be back for game number 2. Jesus Christ. Dota 2.